Welcome to this welcome to our broadcast here at the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's time to kick off our Week 2 Winter Rumble Cup games at Esports Tower. All of our teams from last week are back, hoping to end our Week 2 Rumble with a victory in the Cup stage. Who will come out on top and build momentum heading into Week 3? Only time will tell. I am your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me to call all of the action is the one and only Doc Haskell. All right, Doc, so this is my first opportunity in a long time to get to cast with you. So my opening question is, what's the difference between a Cup stage game versus the bracket stage? What do you have to do different? Is there like a different mentality going into this?
Yeah, there's a big difference in mentality and a difference in preparation, and a lot of it is about attitude, right? You come into it with a champion's mindset. You've got to be able to put everything that you have built over the course to test and make sure that you are ready to go. You can't allow anything to be different. You can't allow yourself to be hungry or tired or have to go to the bathroom. You have to have your things in place so that you're focused fully on what's happening, because executing in a game that matters is all about preparation, and some of that preparation is in the game. Some of that preparation is outside the game. So hopefully we'll see who's ready to go today in these 4 different cups and who comes out on top.
And for our cup games, we do have the Fennec, the Dominus, the Breakout, and the Octane, our 4 standard cups. But of course, there's a little bit of different teams making appearances here this week. Perhaps we'll actually see the Eagles topple the Barracudas, or the Barracudas might remain on top. The Eagles have been clawing their way up the Esports Tower of Doom, as we've been dubbing it lately. Hopefully for them, they'll be able to come out of this week with a victory.
Now, I know we've got that schedule that we can bring up that shows all 4 of the matches they're going to play today. And what I think is really interesting are some of these are not the matchups we would expect to see, and one of them seems like just a battle of the Titans. So that'll be fun. But the Barracudas, Monkeys, Scorpions all playing today. There it is. Everest Hammerheads, Clash of the Titans, right?
Yes, it's going to be very interesting to see how that game shakes out. We also have one of our newer teams, which is Team RNG, going against one of the other newer teams that are also here this week, which is Monkeys. CTCS is going to go against the Vipers. And then finally, that kind of battle of the champions. Who's going to come out and topple their older siblings, so to speak? Is it going to be the Barracudas, or is it going to be the Eagles, the younger sibling, coming out to dethrone our current champions that have been here for quite a few weeks in a row? Before we jump into these games, though, we want to give a quick reminder to all of our friends watching on Twitch. You got to support your teams, celebrate their successes, be respectful to the other fans, and mods will remove anyone who violates these chat rules.
So true.
Now, typically I would be the one to introduce these, but I feel as though because you're with me, it's more fitting to have you introduce these concepts.
All right, fine. I'll give you my keys to the game in this case, which, of course, are brought to us by Esports Tower. Score pro advice, esportstower.com. Okay, in Rocket League, you got to create mistakes. You need to punish overcommits, especially double and triple commits. And you need to play walls better than your opponent. And if you're really, really good, you'll create your opportunities and the mistakes by demoing in goal.
All right, and those are Doc's keys to the game from Esports Tower, where you can score pro advice and improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
Yeah, hey, but what do I know? What do I know? We'll see where this goes. I'm excited for the Fennec Cup. This is going to be a big one, and I have this feeling like it's going to be just a crash of 2 great teams playing together, Everest and Hammerheads. Kicking it off for us. Do you have a favorite?
I am personally rooting for the Hammerheads here just because I feel like they're a team that's been around for quite some time. I do normally go for the underdogs, but I feel like the Hammerheads are gunning for a win here. They're out for blood, and they want this victory more than anything. I really do hope that they do not get overtaxed, though, because these cup games can be very exhausting. And as you mentioned, hopefully no one has to go to the bathroom, because that's something that everyone seems to have to deal with, and it's a total mental reset when you leave your desk.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, really, we joke about these things, but hunger, thirst, all affect focus, and these games are 100% about the focus that needs to happen there. All right, getting ready to kick this sucker off. Here we go. I love it. Coming high off the wall. So let's just do a little roll call here. We've got DJ, we got Enzo, we got Comet, all on the Hammerhead side, and we've got
232, which is Greed.
Okay.
I believe this is the real Jababy 67, unless we see another one this evening. And then we've got Hawker. But for now, we don't have to deal with 2 Jababys, so that's going to be the real one, at least for me, for the remainder of the night. If it's not the real Jababy, let me know in Twitch chat.
Yeah, we'll find out real soon. We always get Jababied in these. We go one way, go the other way. Nice shot, knocked away. There, Comet not doing everything he needed to in that. Hammerhead's trying to get some pressure here down on the Everest end, but a big just dribble out. Wasn't even a clear. Knocking back over midsection. They're just trying to, at this point, get as much boost as they can, set up some passes, and make a play.
Gotcha, Baby with a great pass back to Hawker there, but it got popped too high, and Comet grabs it. DJ helps pop it over one. Comet still here in the corner. Does get bounced off that wall by one of the Everest players. Shot on goal from Enzo, a little bit too far to one side, and there's no one there for the rebound. DJ comes in to try and stop the volley to crossing mid-stripe. Jababy now trying to corral it in the corner, has two on them. It does get out of the corner. DJ's waiting, has an opportunity, sends it to Comet, but it's disrupted by Hawker.
DJ really fighting for a boost during this half and maybe affecting the ability for them to get decent shots. DJ in that third spot rotation. He finally gets filled up again, but he's been low most of the time here. Nice shots coming back to midfield. Comet's going to keep it back in play. Nice pass to DJ, just a little bit off to the right. Now it's going to go high. They're going to try to bump it out and get a big clear, but they still don't have control. Oh, a whiff by Enzo. But covered by DJ on the other side. Nice shot on goal. Two there, double commit. Now you got to move fast if you want to get them. Did you get two out of position to the need? But they didn't get it. Now they're shooting it down the other end. Doesn't get it put back himself. But they're going to now fight to get control down on the blue end. Big clear though, and now it goes right back down to orange.
Got Enzo now having to play it around two. Jababy ends up with it. Hawker got pushed out of the way. Comet will take that ball, dunking it onto the ground into the corner. Is going to try to look for a centering opportunity. Hawker might beat them to it, though. They do. It's still kind of dead in the water here in the back corner. DJ with a little bit of pressure from Jababy. Enzo gets it out of the way, playing it off the ceiling. Cannot elevate fast enough to prevent Greed from stealing it, though.
Couple of whiffs happening here as people are boost starved a little bit out of position. Not a lot of ball control at this point, but it is side control a little bit in favor right now of the Hammerhead still, but it's about to flip the other way. Nice, big, tall, clear, high in the sky. Recentered again by Hawker. Now coming off the wall, can he redirect? Can't. It's still lingering there, a little bit too close to the goal for comfort for the Everest. They're going to try to get it back on the other end, but there another big clear. Hammerhead's now trying to clear it out, and they get these big clears. Hammerheads do a nice job getting these big clears. It trickles back over onto their side. Comet in position, trying to get something. Oh, a little bit of a bait flip there. Nice job by Comet, but he doesn't really get any control over it. Maybe got them to use that pop a little bit too quick. Now Comet coming, trying to get it centered again. Shot, is this a give and go? It was just a little bit too late on the go. There was the give, there was no go.
And it did get saved by Greed. Both teams have had a decent number. Well, actually, Enzo has had quite a few shots on goal, as has Comet. Multiple saves, though, coming out from Team Everest. They've yet to get a shot on goal that the game has deemed worthy enough of getting a badge here, so they definitely need to start taking a few more, as there's not been saves either coming out from the other side. Comet corralling it in the corner, sending it to Enzo. Enzo centers it up to DJ. Oh. Double commit in the goal, though, might make this return opportunity a little too difficult. It does get stolen away by Comet. Enzo centering it up off the back wall, looking for an opportunity. Jababy will dunk it down before anyone from the side of the Hammerheads can get a touch on it. Now in the corner, on the side of the Hammerheads, we have 1 minute remaining and still no goals on the board.
6 saves from the Everest at this point. DJ finally gets a shot on goal in that last one, but you're right, was really just kind of held with a big shot, and there it goes. Enzo, 5 of those puppies, finally gets one to go in.
This is beautifully done. We've seen quite a bit of a double commit in goal on both sides from either team. Everest definitely more guilty of it than Team Hammerhead thus far. And both of them were flat on the ground when that ball went in, making it very difficult to even save that one at any point in time. Now Greed trying to return the favor immediately. It will get deflected and sent to the midfield, where Hawker's trying to prevent it from crossing the midfield stripe.
This is really interesting. Comet now trying to get in position. He needs that little pop off the wall from Enzo. They can't decide who's going to do it. 30 seconds left. He's still just trolling the mid, not letting them really get any kind of big clear, but he was looking for a shot there. Didn't get set up. Hawker now trying to control it off the wall, but a big shot!
Enzo!
Oh, Enzo, my guy. Nice job.
That is goal number 2 for Enzo. They've been a great facilitator for their team thus far. Now that they're up by 2 and there's just barely, I believe, under 10 seconds left on this clock, I do not foresee this being, under 20 seconds left on the clock. Team Everest needs to score a goal off this kickoff if they're hoping to equalize this out, possibly take us into overtime. 3 goals in this amount of time seems quite impossible, though.
It's true, not a game. It's not a game until they get one on the board and they're only one away. There we go. Big clear up there. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Maybe they'll just play it out, see if they can get something. Hawker does not get the shot to go where he wants. Fennec did not point it in the right direction in that case. So I think what we're going to see in the stats is we're going to see side control inside the Hammerheads, don't you think?
I definitely agree with that, and probably a lot of the boost control is going to be on the side of the Hammerheads as well.
Whoa!
Yes, total shots on goal. Boost used pretty gosh darn equal, but side control also dominated by the Hammerheads here. Team Everest, they're a very gifted group of players. We've seen them before in the past. Hawker's a great playmaker, as is Jababy. Greedo's also great on returning volleys, but they are getting bunched up quite a bit, so that's something they need to work on, is spreading out and getting in passing lanes faster in this next game.
Enzo doing a nice job of being in that passing lane where he can take advantage of some of these pieces. I mean, obviously with 6 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots, he was leading his team. He had more shots than his 2 teammates combined. But we saw that as the camera fell on him. He was kind of trolling that middle ground. He was looking for those passes. He was looking for those putbacks, doing a really nice job. I'm impressed with Enzo's play right now. Now, if you're the Everest, where are you lacking? It certainly wasn't in saves. They had more saves than anybody.
It is definitely those rotations and ensuring that no one has an easy opportunity to get a shot on goal, putting pressure on people, but not double committing with that pressure. Quite a few times when shots on goal were taken, there was 2 people in the goal, which, yes, did work out quite a bit, except for the last 2. There were still 2 people in, but neither one could stop the shot. One of them has to rotate out and put pressure either on someone who's open for a pass or who is trying to take the shot. And this first 50-50 went in favor of Comet. There was not enough follow-up. However, DJ stops the clear coming out from Jababy. Shot on goal directly in front of it, barely deflected and sent to the corner. Now Jababy trying to play it around Comet. Will they be able to do it? They will, juking them out just a little bit. Now elevating. It'll get dunked down by DJ into the corner as Hawker tries to prevent the return volley. It's right above Hammerhead's goal. Demo will come out onto Hawker, but fortunately Enzo won't be able to get a touch. DJ now finally able to send it into the corner.
DJ headhunting actually comes down there. Comet gets a shot. They can keep it in front there. Hawker tries to clear. Does a nice job of getting out of there. Not really a big clear. Comet back inside. Second touch. Not in a good position to try to get that third touch himself. Big clear. Is that going to go in? No. DJ's down there. Gets it returned. Now we're starting to see the volley game that we love to see in Rocket League. Lots of fast cars hitting that ball fast, not bouncing up and down, but just like 2 tennis players standing on the back line, just hammering at each other. That's what we like to see in Rocket League.
You got to make sure that if both teams are going for that, someone is rotated back into the goal, being aware that that is a play that's intending on happening from both sides. Right now, we do see Greed rotating back to that back post as a double commit comes out from Team Hammerheads, and it will not work in their favor, but all 3 members of Team Everest bunched up in the corner. That is what they need to start fixing to push forward. Hawker plays it around 1, but can't play it around Enzo.
And second touch, Enzo, but he didn't really get much on it. Oh, Comet out of nowhere trying to steal that. Now they got to get back in position there. A clear attempt. He's going to get a second touch. 50-50 goes on the side of the Hammerheads, but they're going to come back to mid here. Comet trying to get it past Jababy. Jababy just kind of being that person in the middle today, just getting it. Enzo with another attempt, but a whiff at a shot here. Looking a little bit better for the Everest at this time. It took them a while to score before, but they're still scoreless in this matchup. So an Everest turnaround, an Everest score makes a big difference in momentum here.
It's taken almost 2 minutes here to see finally Team Everest have boost in their tank. For the most part, when they were on that offensive push here from Team Hammerheads, they were boost starving the living daylights out of Team Everest, a key to the game that we haven't discussed in a long time, but it is something that can play out in spades. As we see a cross-map shot, and the backboard saves it, but Greed, playing their own follow-up, finds goal number 1 for Team Everest.
Jahubi with it. No, there's our real Jababy right there with a nice pass. Gets it in there. Very, very nice assist by Jababy. All right. Big one. Oh, Hammerheads do not win that. They get their first Everest with a little bit of layback, actually allows that cheat to work. They're getting it bouncing out in front again. DJ with a big clear. Empty goal, but he couldn't get it on. And they're going to get it high off the backboard. Shot comes. Redirect. You got to have that third touch. Usually it'd be in position to do that. They're fighting for these 50-50s, just trying to get control of it. But Everest doing enough just to disrupt what they want to do. They're wasting boost, trying to get up in the air to touch these, and they don't have any kind of redirect or shot. They don't have enough velocity. Nice bounce mid here. coming back to center. This is a different game for the Everest. I've been pretty impressed so far. DJ with a big clear. Can he chase? Pass to Enzo. Can anybody touch? He overran it off the top. Doesn't go in. They just don't have a lot of control. A lot of really close attempts, but nothing so far.
Team Everest is actually being very physically aggressive right now going into Team Hammerheads. There hasn't been quite a few demolitions, but I have noticed Shababy just pushing their car up against the other players to try and force them out of position or get the ball away from them. The shot on Comet got turned away by Greed. Greed now looking to get a pop-up over Comet. Comet, though, read it well. It's here in the corner. They have Hawker on them. Hawker snags it, plays it over Enzo, but Enzo knocks them down in mid-flight, just barely deflecting the ball to the right of the goal.
2-3-2 with a lot of production so far in this game. We'd love to see that production in the first, but you know what? We'll take it when we can get it. Oh! Open goal, but he does not connect on it like they pulled the goalie or something. Trying to get control. Big boom. Comes out, and Comet creates a little bit of a power play for them. They get it back down to the end here. Hawker trying to get a clear, but he doesn't get a big, powerful touch there. It's causing suspense. Going to drop in front. Can anybody follow up? Oh, I don't know why. That was one of those DJ, usually in the right spot, but didn't come forward for that one. They're going to get it back on their end again. Chasing it down there. DJ looking for that mid, and he can't connect on it. So close, so far. Now, Everest with a 1-point lead, just trying to get a big clear shot again, but they're just not doing it. Hammerheads cannot connect with real shots today.
That happens. You need that tertiary touch that you mentioned in order to sometimes make these happen, but we see a lot of rotating to the back post just to ensure that goal's not left open. Yes, playing defensive is important, but you need to also be making sure you're getting shots on goals. We hear 2 back-to-back demos come out, 1 per side. Now, 9 seconds, 8 seconds left on the clock. Ball touches the ground at this point. Basically, Team Everest walks away with a round 2 victory as Team Hammerheads is looking to try and equalize it. The ball is still in the air, still alive.
Shot.
But it looks like, yes, it will hit the ground.
Tertiary touch. You said it. Great band name. Great band name. Tertiary touch. Okay. Hammerheads, leading side control. But shots not hitting their mark. They got a couple of demos out. Remember the DJ demoed 32 at one point just to try to create those. But they're doing it a little bit maybe. I mean, you take the opportunities when you got them, but a demo in the goal would go a long, long way here.
Also, we didn't see almost anything on the board as far as badge-wise coming out from Hawker, which is a little bit of a different story than we're used to. Hawker's typically quite the power player. However, all 3 members on Team Everest are actually quite gifted and can be huge playmakers. It just comes down to rotations and, honestly, communication.
Yeah, Hawker was involved. Honestly, if there had been more goals, I think we'd see some assists by Hawker. He definitely got it centered again. There was that one power play on the Hammerhead side where we should have had like 3 shots on it, but the 4th player for the Everest, which is the crossbar, just stepped in again and created a lot of problem. There were the 2 open goal shots that just were a little bit off. And I don't know if people are experimenting with different cards, just kind of in this moment. Again, we don't know where they're at in their headspace, but mechanical production does not occur in a panic. We think of Csikszentmihalyi flow. We're going flow theory here, right? If you in that space between boredom and panic, if we get a little bit too high on that spectrum, closer to panic, we don't perform mechanically nearly as well as we do when we're in that nice, relaxed state. So it looks like the Everest got that relaxed state this last time, and now the Hammerhead's got to find it.
Greed and Hawker, so 2-3-2 and Hawker are back in the Fennec Cup, and they're hoping to come out with a victory here. But DJ might say that no, that's not going to happen as they find the first goal in quick fashion, just seconds after the kickoff, going heavily in their favor. Enzo, though, quite pushed up.
Skadoosh.
So had a clear happen there that could have been a different story. Yeah, 6 seconds in, first goal. It's quite different than our first 2 games we've already had. 50-50 goes in favor of Jababy, but they'll pay for it in the form of their life for the next 3 seconds.
Enzo, big clear. Another shot on goal real quick here. Enzo, he does my move. He just backflips himself. Almost on here. Could this be followed well? But no, there's no blue down there to get it. Hammerheads can't follow up on it. Looks like they're going to get control here. Can Common get a retouch? Not a lot of boost. Oh, Enzo! From the cheap seats, came from the top rope over there, Jimmy Superfly Snuka style, and just drops it in. That's a dunk.
It seems like the plan of attack for the Hammerheads is go 10 times faster than they did in the last game because they do not want to lose this one. This is a best of 7 if I'm reading that properly down there at the bottom.
You are.
So this could be very exhausting. They need to be careful because this could be a reverse sweep at almost any given moment.
It could. It could be best of 50. That could be a Roman numeral, just upside down. It could be the L. I think that's 50. Maybe it's 40. I don't know. Chat, fill us in on your Roman numerals. Okay, nice shot here. What is going on? Hammerheads taking advantage of this big push. Now watch this. High off the wall. What, DJ doing some fluty flips there. Look at this, just sweet touch. High corner, no one can get up. I don't think anybody thought he was actually going to make contact with it.
I will be honest, I did not think he would.
You got to trust. Again, on the orange side, that is 4 in a row. That they have won effectively by putting the power on their side. Okay, we're going to see DJ doesn't really have much. No one's got anything. It's just a bouncy ball right there. Pogo sticking in the middle. Nice center right there, but they're double committing. They're crowding in the goal. This is an opportunity. If you can get control of the ball and send it where you want, you can have big success on the attack.
As I mentioned, the strategy for the Hammerheads seems to be like go fast, go hard, but it also means all 3 of them are pushed up past that midfield stripe. They need to make sure these goals connect for things to happen. DJ's shot gets turned away. Jababy takes out Enzo. Now Greed gets the volley finally, and Jababy is in a better position than any of the Hammerheads, but somehow DJ flies in, disrupts, allowing Comet to get a touch.
We haven't said Jababy's name very much, but he's always in the mix there. Nice center. This is going to get a nice high bounce. Anybody can follow, they can get a shot. That's an empty goal, but no, turns it away. Gets it up there. Jababy just constantly disrupting. Sometimes you don't have to control. You just have to make it so they can't.
Right now, we've crossed that 3-minute mark, but Jababy gets a goal in on an absolutely open goal. I was alluding to it earlier. The strategy for the Hammerheads, push up, go hard, go fast, but they're over pushing and leaving that goal open. Twice now has Team Everest been closer to the Hammerheads goal than the Hammerheads themselves, and that is an easy goal scoring opportunity if it comes to fruition. All
right, Jababy gets a goal. Welcome to the matchup now. I believe that was Jababy's first. All right, it's 3-1. This is still anybody's game with 2.5 almost, a little more than 2 minutes left. Nice big clear again to get it down there. Boost looking good. We've seen a couple of these boost grabs. You're going to see another one in the corner again. Gets a touch, steals the boost, gets a touch, shot on goal. You got triple commit. You got all 3 of them in the key there. But now big clear all the way down. Can anybody get a touch on it? Enzo does, too high. And they're going to chase around. You got some double commits. Somebody decides to go boom. He'll be back in just a second. DJ centers it again. Can't really follow. Comet was there, but it got touched and disrupted. That was a good save. We didn't see the save credit, but I'll call that a save. Keeping in my book at home. Big redirect. Oh, nobody there to get it over the head. Can he get a flip on that? Oh, teammate steps in. Still no. Comet couldn't get enough on that. Didn't have enough boost, couldn't get back up in the air. It's going to be a big clear here. Oh, but he actually tangles it just a little bit. Hammerheads 3-1. They've got to survive another minute and 48 seconds to take this game 3 away from the Everest.
Right now, I want to see the Hammerheads focusing more on rotations, just making these goal-scoring opportunities for Team Everest harder to happen. They don't per se have to play keep away the entire time. They can goal for goals, but they need to maintain their 2-goal lead. Otherwise, once that 2-goal lead streaks to 1, it's hot water time and people start cracking under pressure. Comet now corralling it off the ceiling, takes out one in the process, but Hawker gets in that lane, steals it away. Enzo trying to maintain possession, but Jababy clears it to the mid, where DJ has been waiting. Comet goes for the return volley, but their team's already started to rotate back. DJ goes down. Comet's shot saved by Hawker.
Yeah, that was a revenge demo by Jababy. And another one. Now we're just throwing punches. Is anybody even worried about where the ball is? Let's just blow each other up. That's actually a lot more fun. Jababy with a big clear right there. That was going to be there a little bit too long. Another recenter. Oh, Hawker with a nice rotation. Whiff in the sky. Retouch. Anybody get there? Oh, Enzo with a big save. The only guy who could have done it. Big redirect comes back toward the blue goal one more time. Enzo with another. And kicks it in there. Hawker keeping the pressure up. A nice touch again. But that 50 is going to put it more toward midfield. Can anybody touch? Can anybody get it clear? That's a little bit right there. Comet gets it off the wall. Now can he get some boost? Oh, big boom right there. 30 seconds left. This has got to be Hammerheads, or excuse me, Everest have got to get 1 goal here to make this a game. Until then, it's not a game anymore.
It looks like Team Hammerheads is just going to try and remove one tire at a time for Team Everest. Shot on goal, saved by the crossbar. 10 seconds left. Jababy tries to backpedal it into the goal. Hawker tries to set it to the side. Now this ball needs to stay in the air. The round is over. Team Everest will walk away with the game 2 loss. The Hammerheads will be up by 2. No one at match point yet, though. Cross-map shot. No one in the goal. Rebound from Green. And a buzzer beater. Not enough to bring us to an equalizer, but enough to give a little bit of a morale boost as we go into game 4.
That's right. You keep playing until that sucker hits the ground. That was really, really nice. They did a nice job keeping it up. Now, you may think, why did they even bother? That's such a waste of time. But honestly, the only time you get to practice those basically no-touch floors, lava kind of keepaways is in the ends of these games. And you're going to need one to make to tie it or to win a game from at some point. So you take every chance you get. So again, side control, ball spent most of the time on the Hammerhead side. Again.
Hammerheads somehow managing to maintain a lead. As I mentioned, they need to keep that 2-goal lead lest they be in hot water. They did, and it worked in their favor because the extra buzzer beater did not end up letting the Team Everest get to an equalizer position. But I think the Hammerheads need to change up their game style again going into this next game if they want to remain on top for this entire best-of-7 series.
So they take game 1, they take game 3. So if we're filling out the scorecard or taking the bubble test so that it makes a pretty picture, then of course the Everest have to win this one, right?
Yes, the Everest do have to win this one if we want to keep going and play a full best-of-7 series. Which at this rate, if the Everest do win this next one, I'm going to call it there and say we're going to go to a complete game 7. And both these teams can say they're going to be extremely exhausted by the time we hit the end of this.
So this just in, Koba fact, that the team that has won, that scored the first point on each of these has won the game. So we'll see if that holds true in game 4. If you get the first goal, you're going to win it. You're just anointed. I don't even know why you need to keep playing, but that's what's happened so far. I find it really interesting that there was just a demo fest there at the end. To get a good demo, you got to have a lot of boost, and the ball's just got to be bouncing up and down. All right, let's kick this thing off. Everest trying to tie this up so that they don't get eliminated here pretty quick in this best-of-7. Again, you're going to need 4 to win for those of you keeping score at home. I'm playing bingo. Nice shot on goal. Comet gets up, elevates, but it's kind of lingering there. Ooh, DJ, big clear. It's going to go in the corner. If he gets a second touch, anybody disrupt it? Enzo with an actual shot a little bit wide to the left. Now you've got a double commit there. It's going to come in the middle. If anybody can follow up, Hawker can follow it up and say, I'm going to take this sucker down there. Pass that blue line, move it to the Jababy!
All right, so Jababy, Team Everest has scored the first goal in Game 4. Let's see if the Kobafag maintains true for this one, and Team Everest ends up with the victory and walks away tying up our score 2 aside, or if Team Hammerheads will change the story here and get a Game 4 victory, despite the first goal not being in their favor.
Hashtag Kobafacts. All right. Now it comes over onto the Hammerhead side. Everest doing a nice job of getting control. They've got the confidence. They already know they've won this thing. They already know, right? They got the first goal. Kobafacts. All right. They're unfortunately down on their end. Hawker trying to position in the goal. Nobody in the goal right now. Maybe a rotation. There we go. Gets back in there. Jababy doing a nice job keeping that ball in the air. But you got to get some control. You got to get some passes. You got to take some shots. All right. DJ centers it high off the back. Comet can't get in position for that one. DJ rotating out, trying to get some more boost, but they're going to stay. Troll in the middle. That's going to be into the corner, not really the position that he wants. Comet's going to try to center it again. Anybody follow up on it? He does. So he's going to get elevated. He's going to touch it. Oh! Great job turning that sucker away. Just 3.5 minutes to go in this one. 1-0 Everest. Hammerheads on the attack.
Got Enzo rotating back with the ball, bringing it up off that back corner, dunks it down, but Greed's waiting for the DJ, goes down to Jababy. Comet now playing it over one, can't play it over Jababy. Enzo comes in to return the volley, crosses in front of Jababy, but Greed swoops in to help out their teammate, grabbing that corner boost in the process, plays it off the back wall to center it up for Hawker. Unfortunately, Hawker did not get the communication to push forward, so they've rotated back towards the goal now, returning it into the corner on the side of Team Hammerheads, where Enzo and Comet are both grouped together.
Doing a nice job. 3-2-3 with a shot on goal, turned away by his own teammate, question mark? Oh, my goodness.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was. It was like, where's the ball? It's on your back of your head there, my man. All right, centering it up. Comet trying to center it for his teammate. Gets knocked away back into the corner. Going to need a redirect. Going to bounce in the middle. DJ looking for that opportunity. Kind of in the way now. Comet can't get a touch. Looks like it's going to be a big clear for the Everest. Moving to midfield. A nice little backflip. I've got that maneuver too. But I don't do as much as he did with it. We're centered again. There's so much time. This ball is centered in front of the Everest goal, and we have not seen the Hammerheads capitalize on it. Part of that's rotation. Another big center right here. Who can touch it? DJ just kind of being in the middle there. They're not getting out wide enough, I don't think. Boom! There it is. There it is.
All right, so one of the things that we've been informed of is that Team Everest has been working heavily on boost pad management and for a focus of their team, as boost has been an issue against the top teams. Unfortunately, though, it seems like Team Everest needs to work on that a little bit more, because that entire time that was happening, a lot of them had very little, if not none, no boost left in their tanks, as Hammerheads were boost starving the living daylights out of Team Everest while they were pushing forward to try and score that goal.
Boost level midnight, I think, is what we're dealing with here. Okay, coming back. Is this a one-on-one? Nice, turned away. Gets a big clear out of it. DJ technically with a save on that sucker. Okay, comes up. Hawker trying to get it high off the wall. Doesn't get a lot of control out of it, but definitely keeps it high and out of the hands of the opponent. Coming down on the Hammerhead side again. Big clear by Enzo. He'll try to follow up. 2 up. 50-50 goes weird and wide. Comes back in. Trying to control it. Enzo's going to have to chase it down. Redirect it to mid. He's going to get second touch on it. Can't quite connect with it. DJ tries, but that 50-50 goes again to the side of the Everest. I wish we had a stat for how many 50-50 shot on goal. Doesn't work for them. Nice. He tries to chase it down. That was almost like a give back to the goalie. Here you go. And then boom it. It, again, lingers in front of the goal on the Hammerhead side. This is a little bit too much. Comet kind of positioning in goal. Comes to front corner now. He's going to have an opportunity, probably coming out of goal. Misses. This is an opportunity, but big clear this time again. It's going to linger a little bit too long. A touch. There you go, Jababy. Yeah, very, very nice here. You'll notice he's got no one with him. It's a little bit of a whiff. Enzo just tries to get up, but he's a little bit early. Can't hang around. Jababy gets his own retouch. Almost like he's playing against bots there.
53 seconds left in this team. Hammerhead's looking for 1 goal to equalize it. Team Everest looking for 1 to be up by 2. They need that security to be able to be in a position that they want to be in. However, they can still walk away with a 2-1 lead if that's how things play out.
Oh! Kaboom! Yeah, it's the last minute, so we're going to see a lot of demos. There's one coming up here. Hammerheads just need 1 to tie this sucker up. There we go. DJ trying to get in position. Nice clear here. He's got his own teammate down there trolling, looking for a demo. Enzo high off the wall, but that's not really control yet. Enzo going to try to follow. A little bit of a delay. Loses that 50-50. Maybe didn't even see him coming there. DJ again off the wall. Uh-oh, that one's on. Ooh. Nice breakup right there by Enzo. Where did he come from? Where did who go? I
have no idea how Enzo's been everywhere they have been this entire time. Now as the buzzer ticks down to 0, ball hits the ground, that is it, and it'll be dunked down on the ground by one of the Everest members, and the Koba fact rings true yet again.
Hashtag Koba fact. Score first, win game. Looking at the stats here, way more shots on the Everest side. It felt to me like the Hammerheads couldn't quite get in position. There were a few of those that kind of were down there, but they never were on enough for the computer to say that's a shot. 1 each and 1 assist right there. What's interesting is that the assist, I would assume, is for an own goal?
I think.
Maybe. Not quite sure. Very interesting. All right, so this is interesting. 2 and 2. We know the hashtag KobaFacts is going to decide the outcome of this. So it's just about getting that goal first. In games 1 and 3, it was the Hammerheads controlling those kickoffs. This time it felt like they never really got control after a kickoff.
It could be signs of exhaustion, it could be breakdowns in comms, or it just could be that the Everest changed gears enough to just shake things up. We'll have to see though, because now we are at the point where it's the best of 3.
Yep, it is. That's a really good point. Best of 3, and momentum shifts dramatically. You've played a lot of games. Both teams are feeling confident. The danger is feeling overconfident and stepping away from what you've prepared. And I think I saw some signs of that with some unexpected double commits in shooting. Not in goalkeeping, but in shooting. All right, dropping into game 5 here. Score first, possibly win it. KobaFacts. This one goes on the side of Everest again. This is quite a few now in a row that they've won, but they're going to get it back on the other side. A redirect. If you're down here, Enzo, you might as well try to steal that boost, and I think he does. Oh, look at that boost steal right there. This was their secret to success, something they've been working on. Lingers in front, but no one in position to get that. Sometimes you have to decide, are you going to steal a boost, or are you going to try to get in position to score? One of those opportunities may close the door for the other one. You can't always get them both. All right, nice drop in the center there. They're going to get it high off the wall. Shots coming. DJ can't really connect on it, loses it in a 50-50, but they're going to keep it down here. Just going to do a quick rotation, come in for a shot. No real touch there by the Everest. Big boom from Enzo. This is an advantage. They should be able to clear on this, and they do.
We do have Greed going in for a shot on goal, turned away by Comet. Comet now in the back corner, looking to play it around Hawker. They cannot, and Hawker's getting aggressive. Enzo, though, shot on goal. Gonna be a little bit too high. Greed waiting back there, read it well. DJ pops it up, playing it off the ceiling, trying to see if they can get a secondary touch from a teammate, but Hawker gets on a passing lane first. Comet returns the volley. It's high in the air. The 50-50 is given up on, so Greed gets an easy dunk down to Baby, who brings it over to the side.
All right, so again, we haven't seen this goal, but again, hashtag Kovafax. Big clear on the side there, gets it actually down, bangs it off the backboard. Usually that's a good spot. If you've got a teammate ready to follow up, you can close that sucker out. Very good. It goes exactly where you expected. Oh, big shot! Turned away. That was Enzo with the save right there. That was Hawker with the shot. Okay, it's going to linger in front again. They're going to get a nice clear. Enzo trying to get in position here. Enzo did get a demo on that too, which is insult to injury in a sense. He's going to come down. There's no one to blow up in the goal. Enzo, again, control. Second touch there. Possibly third touch. Can't get it there. Very, very interesting. Oh, there's a little bit of a tangle and a double commit there into the boards. A shot comes in the center. You got triple commit right there. Nobody got off the ground, though, except for one, so it really doesn't count. Nice big clear, but they're right there in the middle doing nice rotations. Again, they don't get a lot of velocity on that stop, so it just kind of sticks around. You want to get big clears there. Now 3-2-3 kind of tangling in the corner, may get a second touch here. They're getting their rotations a little bit tangled up, but Enzo helps to get a clear, and then backflips in the air. Enzo, quit stealing my move. Come on.
We have Comet in the corner trying to back pass to DJ. DJ centers it up for Enzo. Enzo's shot's going to be high again, grabbing it off the wall, Hawker. Unfortunately, though, that did mess up Comet's opportunity to get in fast enough to get a shot on goal, and it'll be turned away by Greed. DJ tries to get in the passing lane, but two get around DJ. And Baby finds goal number 1 for Team Everest. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. That was quite a long time, but if the Koba fact holds true, that means Everest walks away with this game win and puts themselves at match point. However, Hammerhead still have 2 minutes and 11 seconds to make up for that.
All right, let's see if they can get a fast start. Starts with the kickoff right here. Nobody's yet. Now it falls on the side of the Everest, but control is everything. You can get it on their side, but if you don't have the next touch, what does it matter? You know, I've always felt like they should give you, you know, the system reports a couple of things. First touch, but how about kickoff win, which really is about the second and the third touch. All right, so lingering in front. He's going to get a touch on it, and that's 2-0 Everest. Again, no one was in position. I think they were trying to grab some boosts. He gets up there. They were trying to get that 50-50, and no one home. They were so far forward, they couldn't really get there. I don't think they were aware at all that they could lose that.
The Hammerheads right now were within one series of making it to the Octane Cup this week. They lost it to the Barracudas in round 3. They're hoping to bounce back and win the Fennec Cup, but can they, going up against the Goliath of Team Everest in this matchup? Right now, Everest, as we hit that 90 seconds mark, are up by 2 and will put themselves at match point if they walk away with this match win, this game victory. So Hammerheads looking to clean this up. Got about 30 seconds per goal right now if they want to not bring this into overtime.
Yeah, if they want to avoid the overtime, which really doesn't favor them at this point. There we go. DJ tries to get it up there. Oh, looking for a glancing touch to redirect. Misses completely. Now Everest are going to get control. Jababy chasing, looking for that opportunity. Trolling mid. But Comet steps in front of it, gets it out of the way. Whiff again. I'm not sure who that was. It was just an orange blur. He's going to get multiple touches and resets on it, but nobody. Enzo in the middle gets it off the wall. Didn't really take a shot there. But Comet keeps it on his side. Nice rotation. Jababy can't get much with it, but now that's a shot. It's even credited as such. There we go. Big save, big demo again by Enzo. Now they got to clear it out of their end. It's great to play all these kind of mechanical games, but you got to take shots here, Hammerheads. You got to take shots. You're down 2-0.
It seems like this is game 1 reverse, though, because the Hammerheads are the ones being forced to bunch up quite a bit, whereas Team Everest is having the dominant control of the field and ball possession, which is what we saw the Hammerheads doing in game 1. We'll have to see if they can turn this around. 19 seconds left on the clock. Pretty difficult to get 2 goals in. It's doable, not impossible, but very, very difficult.
Enzo getting banged around a little bit. Yeah, they're down to 10 seconds here. You need one right in this moment. They can't close on it. I think they know what's going to happen here. It's going to get a big boom. You might be able to get it in the air, but no, we're just going to leave it on the ground. Everest take game 5, and they, for the first time, the Hammerheads trail in this series. Look at those shots. 2-3-2 in the right position pretty much the whole time. Enzo with some really meaningful plays, but not enough on the stats to really turn it in their favor. Okay, Hammerheads feeling strong, but Everest showing how tall they really are.
I mean, in a best-of-7 series, it does come down to having the endurance and stamina to keep going for 7 games, because after I feel like you cross the game 4 mark, the exhaustion starts to hit a lot of players. And we could start seeing that, the cracks in everyone's shield, so to speak. Their play gets weakened. Their mental mindset starts to break down. Things just aren't as clean as they were at the very beginning, and that is one of the things you have to keep in mind when you go into a long series, because it was tied up after game 4, and now it looks like Team Everest might start pulling away with the victory here.
Yep, this is match point now. Everest with 3 victories, Hammerheads with 2. If this is going to continue, if they want a shot, they've got to score first here. Hashtag Kovafax. Shot. They get a first shot. This is a really powerful open by them. Everest are going to be in a position trying to get boost. They've got to try to get as much of their own boost down there because they're just getting shot after shot, but they're not getting much. He rotates out. Okay. 2-3-2 gets his own. I don't even know what that name is. I can't even. Shot. 2-3-2. Manages to get it. Now let's see if the Kovafax holds up. But Enzo tries to get a clear, but gives it to the center there. That's a really dangerous spot, especially when you're trailing from their end. And 2-3-2. You know what? I think I could even make that shot. All right, 1-0. But this really hasn't even begun.
We do have DJ getting a nice clear into the corner, but your babies got right in their face, stole the ball away. Comet grabs it off the ground, has to play it around Hawker. Hawker getting physical, just slamming Comet into the wall, making the pass very difficult to get that centered up. We have DJ trying to steal this ball away from Jababy. Jababy now looking to center it up off the back wall, possibly touch it themselves. They do, but the third touch from Hawker was not in time. Comet now has to play it around 2. Sees the opportunity to center it to DJ. DJ gets the center off the back wall. Third touch coming in from Enzo, barely disrupted by Greed.
I'm noticing some interesting things on the Everest side as they try to drive it down here, DJ high off the wall, is that they're doing a lot of feathering of their boost. So they get boost and they continue to use it in little bursts. That means they are speedier. You look at the blue side, you look at the Hammerheads, you're going to see a lot of static boost, which means they're holding their boost. They're not using it to maintain a high speed. And sometimes that results in you not having the velocity necessary to really keep control of the game. You're not getting there as fast as everybody else. Okay, they're going to take it around. Jababy, nice job. It's going to linger in front of Hammerhead's goal again. 2-3-2, high in the air, trying to disrupt it. Doesn't really get a good connect, but Enzo takes us into the mirror dimension with this amazing shot on goal. They don't clear it here. There's a whiff, or maybe that's whatever we call that, the fake in volleyball, where someone jumps up on the other side of the net, and everybody jumps up to block them, and Enzo gets that goal. All right, Enzo heard us. Here we go.
50-50 goes in favor of Hammerheads. Jababy, though, patiently waiting in the corner, gets a volley. It's going to be played off the back corner, though, by DJ, centered up for a teammate, but none of them are there. So it looks like now Everest have the opportunity to bring this forward. Enzo tries to back up and backpedal that across the midfield stripe. Can't do it, though. DJ has to play it around Jababy. They have Comet. Comet takes out Jababy to help them out. Shot on Enzo. Once again, back into the mirror dimension. Enzo brings their team up by a 1. Still anybody's game, but if the Koba Pact holds true, we're going to see Everest score 2 more goals before this game is complete, if not more.
I'm liking the play style I'm seeing out of the Hammerheads right now. They're playing speedy. Everest are kind of letting that thing bounce around and just kind of bumping it occasionally. They're not really controlling it, but right now the Hammerheads have really pushed the accelerator and are really boosting into position. They're getting control of that ball. They're getting shots with that ball. They're sending it where they want to send it. That ball's moving fast, and it's blue when it's moving. Look at that trail. Nice shot again. The trail tells you who touched it last and who sent it in that direction. There we go. This is a big orange one, right? DJ in position. And he's looking for the pass right there. Nice Comet off the wall. Oh, there we go. Come on, can you? Oh! I give you credit, DJ. That was a pretty good one. They're getting good pressure on the Everest goal here. And honestly, if they keep pressure up like this and good rotations, they're gonna continue to score.
Up by 2, Hammerheads looking to walk away with a Game 6 victory to tie us 3-aside. This is a best of 7, so it's first to 4 here. Hammerheads maintaining a lead by 1. Still 2 minutes left on that clock, though. Team Everest could easily equalize this and pull ahead if they can manage to get these passes and the ball in the places that they need it to be at the right time. Baby elevating to dunk this ball down. A little bit of help of Hawker. They'll move it around 2, but can they play it around Comet? They can. Centered up. Comet, though, sends it to the side as DJ takes out Green to open the field a little bit.
Hawker almost was able to redirect that to himself, a little pass to himself off the wall, but couldn't quite get there. 2-3-2, just kind of sitting in the goal, waiting for opportunity. Nobody really in the goal there. DJ tries to clear. Oh, and that's a big redirect. No one. That went by everybody. They didn't have a chance to touch that. If it had been on, it would have gone in. Now, high off the wall again. They're trying to get a big clear. Comet's going to kick it high off the wall, but you know what? When that's happening, it seems like the Everest are in position to do it, and they're going to match this one. 1 minute and 13 seconds left. They tie this one up. And honestly, the way they've been playing, with this Jababy, nice little kick, you know what? We'll give Jababy the assist there. Comet may have put that one in. All right. Here we go. 1:13 left to go, tied up. This is match point for the Everest. Can they close it out? They're going to be able to get pretty good control here. Hawker going to set up this second shot. Jababy high off the wall, but Enzo clears it out.
I've got Jababy trying to get this ball away from DJ in the corner. Shot on goal, turned away by Greed. Can there be another touch? There is from Enzo, but it hits that crossbar again. Is there another? There is, but it's overdriven too high. Comet now elevated to try and get this volley just corralled in the corner. Enzo plays it around Greed, plays it around Hawker, but Hawker might pull forward. They do, but Jababy manages to corral it. Playing it off the wall, Comet elevates, dunking it down over Jababy, now looking for a centering opportunity. Stolen away by Greed. DJ plays it around Greed, and Hawker comes in trying to center it across the midfield. Enzo dropping it down right on Jababy in the goal, though.
Enzo with the follow, but unable to make contact again. Comet, nice air dribble. My goodness.
That was beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to make the highlight reel. Just touch, touch, and a little style spin at the end there. That was 100% Comet. Everybody else just kind of looked around like they were getting dunked on by Jordan.
50-50 goes in favor. It looked like there was an orange tail on that, so I'm going to say it was Everest who got the better touch. Enzo tried to capitalize on it, takes out Greed, shot on goal. DJ's ready for the follow-up. Comet finds goal number 4 for the Hammerheads, up by 2. Let's see if Team Everest can bring this one back, or if the hashtag Koba fact will change with this game.
I think we may have just broken the Koba fact. Comet says, hey team, look, there are 2 seats in this backpack. Hop in. Here we go. Starting it off again. That's going to be a blue touch. But they didn't. The cheat is what got it for him. Jababy centers it in front of the goal. Not a lot of boost for anybody yet. This is really, really scary time. And he almost gets it, but Enzo in the way. Enzo with a second save. Enzo! What in the world is going on? Nice job for the Enzo factor there. Look at Comet, though. That card filled up. Goal, shot.
Absolutely incredible. And you can see for this time around, both teams pretty gosh darn equal as far as shots, boost use, and side control. Slightly more in favor of the Hammerheads here, but now we are tied 3-aside. We have concluded Game 6. Both teams are probably extremely exhausted now, and we're about to move into the final make-or-break moment, Game 7.
Hey, public service announcement. Star comes across, the more you care, right? Esports Tower players, submit some dang pictures, right? We're just looking at this card going, who are these grayed out weirdos? We just look like grayed out weirdos. Get your pictures in. Show us how cool you are. They'll fit in the thing here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, now this is tied up. This is Game 7. Appropriately, it would, of course, go to overtime, right?
Yeah, I foresee a very, very long overtime because I think this game is going to be the most heavily focused on game of mistakes that we've seen thus far between these two teams. No one wants to be at a Game 7 in a best-of-7 series because that means you both are pretty gosh darn equal.
Yep.
And now is the point to play off of each other's mistakes, and that means rotations need to be perfect. Boost management needs to be perfect, and someone needs to always be ready to rotate to the back post quickly.
Oh,
and
here we go.
Just missed the kickoff. It was in favor of Team Everest, but Jababy and Greed both looking low on that boost. Can't get there fast enough. DJ finds goal number 1.
Hammerheads want this Fennec Cup. Enzo with a little bit of yeah, it's all DJ. Any questions? It looks like DJ even switched the goal animation in between games.
They wanted to change things up a little bit, perhaps turn the tides in their favor. And it's important to note here that Team Hammerheads is Team Scorpions, by the way, in case anyone is confused. And DJ is actually subbing in for the powerhouse of Chrissy in for this cup game. And that swap is paying out in spades for Team Hammerheads, as DJ's been an absolute playmaker and a great defensive player with the help of Enzo and Comet, because Enzo's also been popping off this entire series.
It's paying off in Dogecoin. That's what it's doing. Enzo with a nice redirect here. Can't get the second touch. It's going to get booted away by Jababy, but they got control. Comet getting it back, and they like that corner set. They got to get second touch on it. He tries to dribble it out, and actually that was really effective. He didn't get the full clear that he wanted, but he got it on the right end there. 2-3-2 is going to style, trying to get in position, but he never had a chance at that 50-50. It looked like he might have bailed on it early. Enzo, high off the wall. Second touch opportunity, can't get it, ends up dancing around underneath it. Comet tries to get it in there. This looks like a clear opportunity, but DJ comes in there, just keeping that rotation going in that corner there. Enzo with a shot. Can't quite do it. Still bouncing around on the Everest end. They can't get it clear.
Boost will be stolen by Comet in the corner. Enzo, though, hurting, as is Hawker. So one on both sides. Definitely in need of some resource. They find it. Enzo clears it across the midfield stripe where Jababy dunks it down. Comet centers it up, passing it to DJ on the other side. Another volleyball type, sending it to the other side of the field. Still on the side of the Hammerheads. Off the back wall. Hawker looking to dunk it down into the goal. Tertiary touch from Greed will be too high. Does find a slight clear. Jababy now backing up with that ball, allowing DJ and Comet to do the give and go and get it into the corner on side Everest.
Yeah, not able to. A lot of boost starve, on the Hammerhead side at this point. It's going to come down there. Can he get a touch on it? Enzo gets it up in the air. Redirect coming off the corner. You got 3 of them bunched up there. That is not a rotation. That is a dance. That's a line dance right there, all getting into it. All right, trying to get a bit clear. Enzo doesn't really have the opportunity. Completely out of boost, starved completely. But he does get it out there. Completely alone. DJ steals, scores 2-0 on the Hammerheads. This is starting to look bleak. If you are an Everest fan, I know there's some Everest fans, look at that. Just not enough. They set themselves apart by really clumping up there at the end. They put themselves out of rotation, out of position. All right, but it looks like they're going to win it. Can we get a second touch on this side? Can. This is a win. Jababy in position. They're going to be able to troll the middle here and get more shots. Enzo up, gets a redirect, but doesn't get it clear, and then a whiff. Jababy tries to put it back. It looks like they're like fighting opposite sides here. They each have their own corner.
There was a save from Greed shot there by Enzo. Enzo plays it around one, can't play it around another though. Jababy will try to elevate. Enzo though off the ground, gets a great touch. Another shot from DJ will get turned away by Hawker though. Still over here on the side of Team Everest. The goalie gets taken out by DJ, so Jababy now respawn. It has to get some resource ready. Greed tries to play it around Enzo. Enzo pops it up. Greed tries to dunk it down. DJ gets in that passing lane though, stealing it away. Hawker can't play it around Comet. Comet trying to bounce it off the ceiling to themselves. Gets some help from Enzo. The tee-up is there, but the tertiary touch is a little late from DJ. They need another one. DJ's there for it. And a shot from Enzo!
Enzo, you called it perfectly. They're getting the position in there. High off the glass. A retouch. One more. Who's there? Nobody on the Everest. They're on the wrong side of that line. And he finishes it. He's got 3. 1 minute, 43 seconds left coming up here. They win the kickoff again, especially if they get this second touch. Now they're in control. Boost, though, grabbed very quickly. They're going to get another shot here pretty quick. DJ in position. Hawker, nice touch. Almost clear. Can he get a second touch on it? Nope, but Enzo can. DJ can. They're almost own goaling themselves. My goodness, was that a strategy or an accident?
I'm going to just say it was a strategy, and someone dropped the calculated in the chat, possibly at that moment. Another shot on goal opportunity, unfortunately, for Greed, taken away just due to the physics of the game. Jababy centers it up for Hawker. Hawker won't be able to get there in time, though. Enzo just gets the tip on it, pushing it away. Now plays it around one. Comet's getting pushed around, though, so their help will not be available, as now it does get cleared. Comet rotating back, trying to get this away from Jababy. Jababy takes him out before Comet can get a touch. Ball is still on the side of Team Everest, though, and Comet has respawn. Off the back wall. Is there another touch? There is, but it's again the back wall. Comet centering it off the corner, looking for a teammate. Ball's crossing that midfield stripe finally for Team Everest to bring it in front of the Hammerheads goal.
Oh, 37 seconds left. Neil Chosenwiley would say it if he were here. He can hear it soprano warming up. Getting ready for a big number. Here we go. The Hammerheads trying to get one more goal here.
Oh, the cross-map shots!
Nice job, Jababy. But with only 20 seconds left, I think they know the outcome here. Mathematically impossible. They're just looking for an opportunity to get something on the board so they don't get blanked in the last. A reason to go back and watch this replay, but I don't think if you don't score, you just don't do it. The Hammerheads found it when they could, and they're going to come through as soon as this ball touches with a big victory in the Fennec Cup. And they're going to take this away proud, and they do. Congrats, Hammerheads. You got it.
That was incredible. Both teams played absolutely perfectly, and like there's very little mistakes honestly during VOD review. You all have to clean up probably a few of those double commits, but beyond that, fantastic game. Congratulations, Hammerheads. You may not have been able to get into the Octane Cup, but you do walk away with the Fennec Cup win. Hopefully next week we'll be able to see you in that Octane Cup though.
Nice work. Yep, Fennec Cup results in the books. Hammerheads win it 4-3. That was an epic one, Nerdy. That was so cool.
Well, you can see how going at it alone can only get you so far. These teams definitely have fantastic teamwork in order to come out on top in these games or even perform as well as they do. And ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you'll have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw that in those last few plays coming out from Enzo with the help of Comet. That team was absolutely dominating in that last match. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates, and I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Jake. And if you're one of those people watching who hasn't checked out the Esports Tower Club, you definitely should. It's the fast track to help you rank up.
So true. You got to get that coaching. Your play can only do so much. Well, I'm so glad that our first match was as epic as that one was. We'll see if the other ones are just as epic. I just expect a day full of Game 7s.
Well, congratulations to the Hammerheads, and we're going to take a quick break. However, the Dominus Cup has already started, so we'll jump into that one a little bit after, I believe, Game 2 or Game 3, and we'll be back here in a couple of moments.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Our first cup game is in the books. Now we jump into the Dominus Cup, which is already underway. I'm your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and we have done a tag team swap from Doc over to Jim Jacob Palmer. Welcome back. Are you excited to see what we have left in store? Because you just missed one heck of a game that pulled us all the way into a best-of-7 series.
Well, I'm sure it was a very long marathon. The Everests have been a team that they've had a history of trying to stage, these epic rallies when it doesn't seem like they're going to win a series. So they definitely gave it their all in that last series. I have to, give a huge shout out to them. But now it looks like we're going to be heading into a cup game that is already underway, I understand.
Yes, we're going to jump into the Dominus, and because of that game going a full 7 series and everything's being played out in tandem so we can get students to bed after all these are high school players, we are already going to be going into Game 4. Team RNG is up by 3, and this is a first to 4 series, so they are at match point. Team Monkeys has to pull this one out of the hat and go the full 7 if they want to come out on top of this one. So we'll see how that goes. The next 5 minutes will tell.
And Team RNG, definitely a team that didn't have that good of a group stage last week, so definitely getting a cup game win under their belt will be very nice for them.
Yes, it will, but before we do that, we do want to take a quick moment to congratulate our Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the club and have been offered scholarships across the country. And over the last few months, the Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.6 million in scholarships. That number just keeps increasing. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. These players that receive these scholarships are talented, hardworking, driven, and we could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. Be sure to give us a shout out if we see you guys in any of our future games playing against the Broncos. Let us know if you change your name or not, but hopefully we'll be able to see what the future has in store for some of you, and if we don't, congratulations and enjoy the remainder of your esports journey. Before we jump into our second game of the series, we are going to give you Doc's keys to the game, and because Doc is not here, I of course will be taking that torch and doing it for him. Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League are create mistakes, punish the overcommits, play the walls better, and if you can create an opportunity for a goal, demo in the goal to open it up for your teammates. Today Doc's keys are presented by Esports Tower, where you can score pro advice on improving your game sense, improving your team play, and improving your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And now it's time to jump into our second series of tonight, and that is going to be Team RNG versus the Monkeys.
I do have to say, I do think you were a worthy replacement for those keys to the game there.
Thank you.
Well, as we head into the match here, we can see Team RNG already at match point. So it definitely looks like things have worked out a lot better for them today. And the Monkeys, definitely a team that has some talent. We have a few kind of veteran players, Bagel especially, that we've seen before in the Esports Tower. So something right now is working out very well for Team RNG as they try to corral this ball, trying to center it up so they can get their first goal.
This is actually Team RNG's first Rumble of the winter, and it's a great chance to see how they stack up against the Esports Tower teams. They're doing quite well, obviously, as Team Monkeys is pretty stacked. Gumi-chan, Toke, and Bagel, and Gumi getting that first goal of this round right there for Team Monkeys, have been a very formidable team against multiple Esports Tower teams here. So if Team RNG can get another goal back here and come out with a 4-0 series victory, that'd be huge. But it looks like Gumi-chan is doing what Gumi-chan does best and just putting goal after goal in.
Well, this definitely seems like the Monkeys trying to make a rally here. We'll see if that can continue for them. Bagel chasing it up the field to center it up. All three members of Team RNG were kind of in that corner. No one hanging out on the back post can be a dangerous equation if you're trying to defend. They're trying to get the ball back, trying to get some sense of normalcy back to whatever got them to this 3-0 lead. Right now it looks like they're going to center it up. Discount gets it in front of the goal, but there is no follow-up. So now Bagel's trying to get control of it, is going to be out-chased though, and it looks like a pinch is going to send the ball way back toward RNG's goal.
We've got Agree playing it around Toke. Can't play it around Bagel, though. It's spiked high. Discount Dell will play it off the back wall. No one's there for the follow-up as most of their teammates have pushed forward too far. Agree trying to rally and keep it over here on the side of the Monkeys. Will lose their dribble, rotate back as Bagel, with the help of Gumi-chan, might be able to play it around one, but they unfortunately get in that passing lane, so DJ kept it alive for a few more moments. Discount Dell going for the center up, and a double commit from the Monkeys to prevent that from happening.
DJ Wade doesn't quite get the shot on goal that he wanted there, and it's intercepted. Look at this, though, taking it away. Agree trying to make the play. Is there follow-up? Yes, indeed there is, and RNG is back in it.
Got 2 minutes, 58 seconds left on the clock. Monkeys up by one. Plenty of time for Team RNG to start pulling this one back in their favor and equalizing this out. However, Gumi-chan might have something else to say about that as they scored 2 goals in fast succession already. Let's see if they can do it again. Elevating over one, elevating over another one, but Agree gets in there, putting pressure on from behind as DJ comes in to dunk the ball down. Discount Dell takes out one, pulling it across the side of the field, bouncing it over Gumi-chan, but Bagel gets the ball. He's centering it up, taking out one in the process. Toke at the midfield trying to prevent the return volley.
Now setting up again, Discount off toward the front post. DJ Wade is going to get a tap on it to stop the clear. Now he's going to try to face off against the Monkeys, but it's not going to work. But here goes Agree, dribbling it up, leaves the goal open, and a rotation in at the last moment is going to keep that goal from being scored. But look at the rebound. It almost scores another goal to get the equalizer. Agree's going to head in, but he's not going to be fast enough. It looks like Monkeys have found their clear after a few scary shots on goal.
Gumi-chan trying to get an opportunity to get another goal in their pocket and get the hat trick here, but it does get taken away. Agree now with Toke pressuring them from behind. Plays it off the ceiling, dunks it down to Discount Dell. Dell now off the wall to themselves. Pushes it too far forward, loses their dribble where Toke is able to corral it. Discount trying to put pressure on back, passes it over Toke, maintaining possession. It does get pushed to the side where Agree is waiting with a little help from, it looks like DJ, but it wasn't enough. Gumi, the powerhouse goal scorer, getting it down in front of the RNG goal.
Team RNG trying to corral it back up the field. They get back the side control. Discount goes for the shot, finds it, and that is tied up with just a little over a minute left.
Coaches have said that Team RNG has a very strong roster and could be a team to make a run in the future Rumbles. Let's see if they can come out on top of this Dominus Cup and possibly go into Week 3 with that championship under their belt and look for a higher opportunity and another Cup game. Possibly the Fennec or the Octane in the future. We'll have to see, though. Toke, with ball possession, has no pressure on them, plays it up across the mid, gets some help from Bagel to keep possession alive, but DJ gets in that passing lane, plays it around one, can't play it around another, though, forced to rotate towards the mid in front of the goal, but Bagel, very little pressure, shot on goal, comes in as Agree gets in that passing lane, does get cleared by Gumi-chan as the demo comes out.
Facing off against two, DJ Wade is able to take it away from RNG. Shot there back toward RNG's goal is going to be saved again. Now Agree is going to get the tap, leave it for Discount to try to center it. Now elevates up again. It doesn't quite work out for them, so they're just going to have to try to maintain side control. Go again for a shot. It's DJ Wade now to push it toward the goal. Discount with the follow-up finds it, and RNG back in the lead, crucially with only 20 seconds left.
This next kickoff is really going to be the telltale if the Monkeys can bring this one back. 50-50 goes in favor of Team RNG, though. No possession has been in favor of them after that initial touch. Discount Dell trying to maintain a little bit of control here. 9 seconds left on the clock. If this ball hits the ground now at this point, the Monkeys will not have the opportunity to bring this one back. It needs to maintain its aerial flight. DJ, though, grounds it at the last second. Team RNG will walk away with the 4th victory in a row and the best-of-7 series in their pocket. So congratulations, Team RNG.
And this just kind of shows that those initial kickoff goals, they're great, they're wild cards, they're exciting, but they're also no substitute to just good fundamental gameplay throughout the majority of the match. And Team RNG was able to kind of pick up the pieces. They definitely got to match point for a reason, and it seems like what was in the third games that allowed to get them there came back in the second half of this game, and they walk away undefeated in the Dominus Cup.
I know that scoreboard says that it's a best-of-3, but it is a best-of-7. Don't let it fool you. It just was done in quick fashion in this time around for the Dominus Cup, so Team RNG walks away with a quick and not easy victory for themselves. Well, if you want an opportunity like some of these players are getting, which is to be seen by some expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you need to join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with their featured rumbles. Recruiters are taking notice of these events as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship, such as one of those very awesome students who landed one of those scholarships adding up to $1.6 million that we mentioned earlier. Congratulations to Team RNG for winning the Dominus Cup. And after a quick break, we'll be joining into the Breakout Cup, which is already in progress between the Vipers and Team CTCS. So make sure you don't go anywhere, and we'll be back here in just a couple moments.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this broadcast from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We are broadcasting Week 2 Cup games of the Esports Tower Rumble. The powerhouse of Gem and Nerdy here to call all of the action for these best-of-7 games, and we're about to jump into the Dominus Cup, which is already underway. Team RNG versus Team Monkeys. My apologies, that does not seem right. It's Team CTCS versus Team Vipers for this next cup, so we'll have to see how that shakes out. And as I mentioned, I'm your host, Nerdy, and joining me is Gem. Before we jump into the series that's already underway, do you have any premonitions of how this is going to go?
Well, it's interesting because the Vipers are one of those teams that have been fighting so hard to be considered a top-tier team. We've had the Barracudas and the Eagles, who have just been fighting each other as kind of the two top teams at the top of the bracket for so long. And Vipers have been improving week after week after week. It just seems like they're a team that has trouble closing things out. And like at the very last moment, something will just snatch victory away from them. So I know they're definitely going to want to close this out as soon as they can. They're already up 3-0, so it's kind of a thing of fighting against trends. They want to finally close it out and be able to win it.
This is a best-of-7, which means first to 4, so the reverse sweep could start to happen. I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the broadcast in a best-of-7 series. By about Game 4 is when you start to see the cracks in the armor for any team because the exhaustion starts to hit. These are extremely long series, but other than trying to keep your mental stamina up, we do have some tips and keys to success coming in the forms of Doc's keys to the game. And those keys in Rocket League are create mistakes, punish the overcommit, play walls better, and demo in the goal. The Docs Tease the Game are presented by Esports Tower, where you can score pro advice at esportstower.com, improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. So let's jump into Game 4 of the Breakout Cup between the Vipers and CTCS. It's our first chance to see CTCS in this Rumble, but they are already on the edge, trailing in the 3-0 series. As I mentioned, it's first to 4, so Vipers at match point situation they really want to be in. CTCS looking for the reverse sweep. These next 5 minutes will tell us whether or not that starts to happen, or if this will be a easy 4-0 for the Vipers.
CTCS was a team that was technically in the group stage last week, but it just the way the matches that we highlighted, we didn't really see a whole lot of them. We certainly saw a lot of the Vipers, but overall CTCS is kind of the real sleeper in this sort of Breakout Cup, so maybe there's a lot of talent here that we haven't yet seen. Of course, the Vipers already getting 3-0. CTCS is going to have their work cut out for them.
Yes, they're looking to make some noise with the reverse sweep in the Breakout Cup to end their first Rumble Cup series on a high note. However, of course, as Gem mentioned, the Vipers have been clawing their way up, or slithering because they are snakes, through the Tower Rumble and increasing their skills every single week. And it's obviously working in their favor, being up by 3. These next 5 minutes will tell us whether or not it was enough, though, as the 50-50 goes in favor of the Vipers.
Vipers already starting off with a little bit of side control. Z Hydra is looking to ground the ball and center it, but doesn't get it quite to midfield. There goes another shot, but it's just going to be deflected again. Now an elevation up from CTCS isn't going to find anything. So now Racer setting it up here for LQN, but that was just such an awkward shot. It was lined up so perfectly, but he hit it in such an awkward way that just immediately bounced off the ground and lost all its momentum. So unfortunate kind of whiff there for the Vipers.
We're almost 1 minute in, no score on the board, but I might be saying, yes, of course, I will cast recurse it. And Racer gets the first goal for the Vipers. Now, if the hashtag Kobafax rings true for this game, as we saw for the most of the first series that we saw this evening, the first team to score is the team that comes out on top. We'll have to see, though. Vipers currently up by 1, 4 minutes left on the clock. Nothing on the board yet for CTCS, but plenty of time to put something up.
There's another one from Racer, who's going to get a second of the series. It definitely seems like whatever the Vipers have been doing for these first 3 games, they're continuing in game number 4. Z Hydra to play it off the wall is going to get met by CTCS, and there goes Racer with a nice little tap toward the open goal.
There's no one there.
Things go from bad to worse.
All right, up by 3, but we're not even across that full 2-minute mark, to the halfway mark yet. So there's plenty of time left for CTCS to pull this one out of the hat and bring it up in front for themselves. I mean, if 3 goals can be scored that fast for one team, it means the other team can do it and return the favor just as quickly. but side control, dominant fashion in favor of the Vipers currently. Already back on CTCS's side. House of Boys tries to push it up past 2. It hits the wall. They've over-committed on this one, and it'll be driven to the side. Now they're looking to rotate back as Eraser has no pressure on them, dunking it down to Zydra, who plays it off the wall.
Racer's going to elevate up, get a beautiful tap on that, just aim it right toward the goal, and House is going to be able to get the clear save on that one. I would say right now, if you're looking at the activity feeds, just kind of the opening up of the gap between the shots on goal and what we actually have, and between Vipers and CTCS, I would say at this point, this is the Vipers' game to lose. We're already about halfway through. You have a very comfortable lead. You just got to make sure you're not making those fundamental errors and leaving the goal open for CTCS to rally back.
The coaches have tried to reinforce with this team over the course of the last few weeks that sometimes doing less is more when it comes to individual play. Right now, it looks like they're working well as a team. We don't see a lot of individual playmakers, except for Racer, who has, 4 shots on goal, which is fantastic, but those were facilitated with the help of teammates. Let's see if they can keep that up. Less than half this round left. Vipers still up by 3, nothing on the board for CTCS. Will the Vipers walk away with an easy Game 4 win and have that in their pocket moving into the Week 3 at the start of the Rumble Bracket Series? Only these next 2 minutes and 10 seconds will tell.
See, Hydra is going to have it stolen away from them, but look at Racer being the star player. Already has the hat trick for this round, getting all 3 goals that the Vipers have. He's going to wait to see how the play turns out. After 2 members from each team commit to that 50-50, he's going to get control of the ball afterwards, leave it for Z Hydra to push it up the field toward the goal. And the double commit is still going to get a save for CTCS, but right now they need to turn those saves and clears into goals. And they're just having a hard time as Racer is one of those who can just clear it back very fast.
Oh, unfortunately, LQN did not rotate fast enough because that would have been an easy secondary follow-up touch on goal. House gets in the middle of the Hydra and takes the ball away from them. They have to play it around 2, though, and they're getting pushed around quite a bit, so House will be pushed away from their goal-scoring opportunity, now forced to rotate back. Duber, though, gets a shot on goal off the back wall. Can they be there for their own follow-up touch? Unfortunately, Racer will get in front of the ball before they can. They're centering it up for a teammate. House is looking like they're trying to get in there, but Zydra will send it down to the corner on the side of CTS with the follow-up touch from Racer. That unfortunately will be pushed to the side.
Remember what Doc said in the first match about using boost and how on one side of the team we saw kind of a lot more stagnant boost that was just being held on and not used? I'm kind of seeing a little bit of that with CTCS as they had full tanks of boost that just weren't quite used early enough. And Doc's keys to the game, of course, is going to emphasize using your boost effectively. But at this point, what he said, it does seem like the Vipers are just being able to use their boost more effectively, tap it better, whereas for CTCS, there was kind of a long period of the boost just not being used. Right now, as we're about 20 seconds left, the Vipers looking like they're going to close this out toward an undefeated victory, 4-0. And for the Vipers, just kind of overall easy game, not letting things get out of control once they've got the comfortable lead, just playing it safe, making sure they don't rotate up too far. Despite that nice last shot from CTCS, that is going to be the 4-0 victory for the Vipers.
Congratulations, Vipers. Way to get that one in your pocket. Hopefully, that'll give you enough momentum next week's bracket stage to come out on top and in a better position than you were this week. That was a hard-fought game on both sides. CTCS is an impressive team, and the group stage feel as though the coaches feel that CTCS has performed well and will do well in the future Rumbles if they continue on in this series with us. All right, well, we are having some technical difficulties, but I will leave you with this. If you want an opportunity to be seen by if you want the opportunity to get some free Esports Tower merch, well, lucky for you, there's an opportunity. Esports Tower is running a contest on their Discord server. All you have to do is join the server, and we'll announce the winner on February 25th. This is your chance to get some free t-shirts. Join the contest at discord.gg/QHRMNXHTXU. We will be back here in a few moments. Congratulations to the Vipers. We're going to take a short break, and we hope to see you here in a few minutes.
nationalguard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We are about to head into our final game of the night, and there is our beautiful production staff. It is Jem and Nerdy here to call all of the action. Our final cup game is going to be between the Panthers, which are the ghosts from the group stage, and the Eagles. And we're jumping into it a little bit late. After all, these are all done in succession with one another, and having games that go a full 7 series means that some teams have to start while we can't broadcast and showcase every single one of the rounds that they play in. So we're going to jump into this one with the Eagles currently in the lead by 2, and the Panthers/Ghosts currently have 1 in the series as well. After all, I mentioned this is first to 4, best of 7, so we'll have to see how this one shakes out. I predict a full best of 7 series, as both these teams are pretty gosh darn equally matched. What about you, Jem?
Well, this is kind of the match that we were all looking forward to see who would be the new champion in Esports Tower. At last week when we entered the group stage, we said that the Barracudas were sitting this one out. That means that there is a wide open space for who is going to claim top spot now. The Eagles definitely been that team that's always been matching the Barracudas, but now a newly rebranded Panthers are looking very strong as well. So this is kind of the match to see who is the new king of Esports Tower.
Yes, and I do know that some of these players are very guilty of being somewhat distracted while playing these games, and will have the Twitch stream open while they are playing. So if you are listening, players, I have some keys to success for you in the form of Doc's keys to the game that are presented by Esports Tower. And those keys to the game in Rocket League are create mistakes, punish the overcommits, play the walls better, and demo in the goal to create goal-scoring opportunities. Score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
So here we go, ready to head into the Barracudas versus the Eagles match in the Octane Cup.
Apologies for the mix-up. Yes, it is going to be the Eagles and the Barracudas. This is kind of, if every other team now is relaxing after finishing out their games, they get to watch their older sibling and their younger sibling fight for who's the parent's favorite at this point, honestly.
Yeah, it's just the Octane Cup has always been the very peak on who's done the best in the group stages, who is going to be considered the biggest threat. So should be very competitive. I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, if it goes to a best of 7. Let's just see how it turns out.
Both of these two rosters are very, very familiar with one another. They've faced off several times so far in the Winter Rumble. Who will come out on top? Well, honestly, I'm not giving any predictions because I do not want anyone saying I cast or curse this thing. So good luck, both teams. You've got 5 more minutes to tell me who's going to be out on top.
Here we go as we're ready to start this off. 50-50 there in midfield. Both of them are just going to go flying right past it as Thrift now looking to set something up, but it's going to head way back toward midfield. The Eagles going to try to keep that clear from going through. And now at this point, it looks like the Barracudas have a bit of side control. Nano's going to push it toward midfield, stop that clear again. Here we go. Drift is going to try to get the shot on goal, but isn't quite going to get what they were looking for.
We have Thrift and I'm going to call them LFT, kind of struggling in the goal there, a little breakdown of communication. Drift Lemming tries to dunk the ball down to a teammate, but they overdrove that one, as did their teammate allowing Thrift to come in. Crowd in the corner, it gets pinched off by Plea, and it finally cleared out by Nano. That'll be turned away by LTF into the corner. Drift now looking to corral it, has very little pressure on them, plays it around one, but can't play it around another. The elevation from LFT comes out, playing it off the back wall to themselves, but they can't find that secondary touch to center it up.
Riff with a little bit of a tap over to the other goal is going to try to make something happen as he heads up the wall. He's going to get demoed as Plea makes the play there. And the Drift now trying to air dribble it, going to leave it down for Plea in midfield, but a very awkward tap just sends the ball airborne, and it's going to ruin any sort of opportunity for a shot on goal.
We have Thrift now playing it around two, but Nano comes up behind them, taking them out. Plea will collide with Wilds to get possession of the ball, dunking it down, where LFT for the Eagles was waiting, but a Drift gets in there, stealing it away for a few moments. Thrift's shot on goal will be too wide for it to even count. Another follow-up shot from Wilds going too far to one side of the field. Thrift trying to corral it, has pressure of two players on them. Plea finds the touch, pops it up, but LFT gets in there, bringing it into the corner. Nano, though, will grab it off the wall before any of the Eagles players can get a touch on it.
There goes a tap there from Plea over to Nano, trying to dunk it down, but isn't able to find the goal. Still going to be credited with a shot on goal, which actually, if you look at the feed, that's the first one this whole game, basically. It has been kind of a very defensive match with neither team really being allowed the opportunity to try to even score at a goal.
We have Wilds popping the ball up high in the corner, trying to maintain possession. Thrift now doesn't have a lot of pressure. They have a moment for a give and a go. They center it up, but Nano takes that moment away. LFT shoots the ball to the side, where Nano, unfortunately for the Barracudas, was waiting, gets a shot on goal, turned away by Wilds.
There goes a little bit of a tap there. There goes Thrift with a demo onto a Drift. Going to try to elevate that up, try to push it down into the goal, but Wilds with the save is going to keep the Eagles alive. Frith is going to find the clear they were looking for with the pass over to Wilds, but Wilds misses on it. That's going to give the opportunity for the Barracudas clear here. Up on the wall, Plea now looking for the clear over to a Drift who centers it, but there is no follow-up as Thrift now gets the shot. It's going to push it back over to the side.
Wilds pops the ball up, plays it around one. Can they play it around a Drift? They cannot. A Drift fly on the wall at the backboard, grabs it, dunking it down, playing it around another one of the Eagles players. Now looking to center it up to Plea, but unfortunately for them, Wilds gets in that passing lane with the shot going off, saved. And another shot from Nano will be turned away by Thrift.
Here goes a Drift, almost able to center it up, but is going to have it stolen away from them by Lift. And now it's going to be centered. A Drift is going to beat the Eagles to it for the gift shot on goal, but the follow-up from Wilds almost scores. Great defense, though, by Plea. Now we have just 1 minute left with it still tied 0-0 in true soccer fashion. We're going to see who can get the first goal.
Wilds pops it up, has to play it around Plea. They don't have enough forward momentum to make it move, though. Shot on goal by Drift. It will be pinched off and popped up in front of the goal. Nano trying to corral it in the corner, has very little pressure. Shot on goal from Nano, turned away by Thrift. Now we are at that 33-second mark. No one has scored. Gonna bring us into overtime most likely, unless someone can find the back of the net.
30 seconds left, and there goes a little bit of a shot from Nano, trying to make something happen, but it seems like every shot on goal is deflected, and the other team is just able to deflect it off to the sides. Now it's going to try again, but whiffs on that one. The Drift going to pick up a bicycle, but much rather it have a goal at this point. We might just be heading into a 0-0 overtime, which would be quite a way to start off this best of 7. Oh boy, it's going to be a long day, I can just tell.
Yep, and with the way these teams are playing, they're looking for mistakes to be made, which means this overtime could last a while.
It's one of those Rocket League matches.
All right, Jim, under or over 5 minutes?
Ooh, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if the type of gameplay we've been seeing, I wouldn't be surprised if I said over, but I would be very, very happy to be wrong here.
As would I, but I'm agreeing with you. We might be wrong. Please let us be wrong. And we are not, thus thus far. Ball gets turned away. Nano going for that, I think, quad touch there. Shot on goal. Saved by Thrift. Another shot on goal. Saved again. Thrift almost own goaling. Return, but saves themselves with another save on goal. Shot, unfortunately, there will finally go in. 33-second overtime. Gemini both had to be wrong.
But we still have a long way to go. Now, I know we said we were kind of joining this mid-through, but I think that might have just kind of been a teleprompter error. It does, in fact, look like from the readout that we are going the full best of 7 for this one. So
we're going the distance.
I know. It's going to be... It's going to be a marathon, but as you can see right there, I think the main thing you got to give to the Eagles is their defense, because when the side control and shots on goal are that slanted in favor of one team and they only manage to get 1 goal, you know that the Eagles have a pretty solid defense.
Yes, and the Eagles are trying to be like their true animal counterparts and been working heavily on aerial control with team communication in tandem with that, and that's something that they definitely have to have honed in going into the Barracudas. The Barracudas have lost their aerial prowess professional player of Quez. The other players have made up for that in spades, been doing a fantastic job with aerial play. So if the Eagles want to topple them, they need to take flight and get them out of the air.
I'm going to make an analogy here to the other football, American football, and that's kind of when you see it at a high school level or college level plays, you normally see scores in the 30s, 40s, 50s. The games are high scoring, but when you get to the professional, as the skill level increase, the score levels go down. You see fewer plays, fewer touchdowns because the other team has such great defense. And I think we're going to be seeing the same thing here in terms of Rocket League, in that we're not going to have very high scoring games because both teams are at such a high skill level that there's going to be a lot of deflection, a lot of ping-ponging back in midfield, and it kind of gets, when the gameplay gets more, I don't want to use this word, but when the gameplay gets more boring, which is kind of less shots on goal, more defense, that's how you just know that the teams are performing at their best, because they're so good at reacting to shots on goal, the plays the other team is trying to make. So look for a lot of fighting in midfield, maybe not as many shots on goal.
Yes, these are our top 2 teams coming out of our bracket stage, meaning that at this point, they know that they are 2 of the top competing teams.
Well, okay, as soon as I set up our expectations, they get a goal.
Yeah, we don't even have a full time to get in.
What do I know? Just play Rocket League.
I personally enjoy high-scoring Rocket League games, but I also enjoy the very low-scoring games, because that's how you know it's been a good soccer game, and I feel like that also shows that both teams were very calculated in their opportunities they took to get shots on goal. But, I mean, the Eagles up by 1 in 30 seconds, already on a different note than they were earlier. Nano takes another shot that was saved by Thrift. Plea looking to snag this one off the ceiling. Does get popped up by one of their teammates, but none of them were further forward than any of the Eagles players. So the Eagles now looking to score another goal here for themselves.
It really is something when we can see 3 shots on goal between both teams. We already have more shots on goal this game than happened in the entire first half of the first game. So one of these teams, mainly the Eagles, is finding a way to be a bit more aggressive early on. It's already gotten them a 1-goal lead, but in this case, when they're going up against a top team like the Barracudas, it might as well still be 0-0. We got a lot of game left to play.
We've got Nano rotating back along Flea to push forward with that clear. Unfortunately for them, though, the Barracudas trying to keep this ball on the other side of the field. It does find its way to get cleared eventually by Wilds down into the corner. Looks like a Drift pops it up, sending it to Nano. Nano's going to get some pressure on them from Thrift. But before that can happen, a Drift will take them out. LFT tries to center it up, but down one player makes it difficult. The give and go is disrupted, though, by Thrift. Wilds and Thrift now have an opportunity. Thrift, unfortunately, rotating back, as did Wild, so LFT was forced to pick up the slack a little too late. Wild shot off the backboard, followed up by LFT, will be turned away by Nano.
Now we're kind of back to the type of gameplay I was expecting. A lot of deflection, a lot of passes back and forth, although that was a very exciting save right there as Thrift almost gets a shot on goal. Now the Barracudas is going to try their counterattack. It is set up by Plea, and I like that. You can see in the goal, there was a lot of disruption. The Barracudas just pushed the only goalie that the Eagles had back into the goal. They weren't able, so that goal was wide open. It was just a miss in terms of accuracy that kept the Barracudas from scoring.
Barracudas have just a little over half this second game left to pull out and get a second, to get a first goal and possibly another one. Eagles looking for that extra security goal. It came in handy in an earlier series between two different teams. It's very important to get that security goal because a buzzer beater when it's 0-1 can bring us into overtime and just mentally exhaust or tilt your teammates if it was an easy goal that could have been stopped. So we'll have to see how this shakes out in the next 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Shot on goal. Wild with the follow-up. Eagles up by 2. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. They are in a nice position. Barracudas starting to boil in hot water.
Yeah, 2-0 lead. Now we're starting to talk something with a bit more substance here. It might be enough for the Eagles if they don't get too careless here. When we have teams as evenly matched as this, sometimes a game can be decided on who capitalizes on the other team's mistakes better. And so in that light, when you're in the lead here with the Eagles, the game becomes, okay, let's not make too many obvious mistakes. Let's not rotate too far up the field when we already have the lead. Let's make sure we always have someone on back post to defend. Can the Eagles have that sort of discipline to make sure they don't make mistakes?
We're only in game 2 of this series. The Barracudas are currently up by 1, but this could be a full 7 series. Very interested to see if that does end up happening because Flea in particular is a player that tends to get a little bit boomed on the mental front in these extended series, something they've been working with the coaches. I feel very sorry for them because long series are very taxing. So hopefully that pays off for you in the long run as we see Wild get taken out by Nano. The ball finally crossed that midfield stripe.
There goes another demo out onto Nano. The demos have been kind of insane this game, especially for Adrift. You can see if there was a hat trick given out for demos, he would have already claimed it there. It's been very fiery on the field, and another shot from the Eagles. I do not know how that one didn't go in there, but it didn't quite find it, but they still have the lead 2-0 with a minute left. So now things are getting very dicey for the Barracudas.
Shot on goal from Adrift, got saved by LFT, but
there it is.
There's another one from Thrift, bringing the Eagles up by 3. It looks like, I mean, a little under 20 seconds per goal for the Barracudas. In any other match, I might say is doable, but here it's a Herculean task to pull off, and the Eagles are looking to go the distance and bring us to a full 7 series here, as they're going to most likely close out game 2 with a victory.
We got to judge our expectations about the type of gameplay we have already seen so far this match, and it has just been too evenly matched, too slow a gameplay, I think, to see a 3-goal rally in less than 40 seconds. So at this point, it's more of a kind of a thing of the Barracudas just kind of trying to get that mental reset, ready to drive it out, because that's going to be a win for each team, meaning we've essentially reset this to a best-of-5. So they're just going to have to reflect on what mistakes they made, whereas the Eagles are just kind of going to run out the timer and play things safe.
19 seconds left on the clock. Barracuda's at least looking to get a morality goal here for themselves. Plea will stop the volley, sending it to the side where Adrift is waiting. Adrift now dribbling it on their car. Can't play it around Wilds quite so easily. Wilds, though, does not get a better touch on it. Drops it down right by the goal. It does get cleared. Now we're at that. The ball hits the ground. The round is over, and it will. Eagles walking away with the Game 2 victory.
The announcer says going to need a tune-up after that game. You know, I think our voices are going to need a tune-up after a best-of-7, basically, with the way that it's looking. Because we basically reset this to a best-of-5, and both teams basically showing, I think, that the Eagles had their great game there. You know, you see the shots on goal, very dominant in the side control. Once you get over 60%, you know, it's basically saying, hey, it was basically all us all game, and can't really argue with that for the Eagles.